Thank you for coming in, Mr. Jackson. You decided to retire from Southern University as the band director. How did you reach that decision, and why was it so tough?
Well, first of all, I reached that decision a year ago, and I told the Lord that I was ready to retire. I always talk to the Lord like I'm talking to anybody else, and I told the Lord I was ready to retire. But I didn't want to leave unless it was my time to leave. And I told him because I knew my blessing was over here. He blessed me to have this position. And I told him to show me signs. I did like Gideon in the Bible when Gideon asked the Lord if he would show that he wanted him to go to war. So I asked the Lord to show me signs, some signs, and he did. He showed me a whole lot of signs, and it wasn't, favorable. That say, you need to go on and leave. It's time for you to go. And then in my spirit, he put in my spirit if I did stay, whatever went down that I didn't like, that wasn't for me. It was for the next band director, but I had to deal with it. So I was excited about leaving. That was confirmation that it was time for me to go. And even after I made my decision, he was still showing me some things that, hey, see, it's time for you to get out of here and let the next person deal with the situation here at Southern University. So I'm glad. So I made that decision a year ago.
Good. Could you talk a little bit about your early connection with Southern and why you decided to come here from your hometown of Crowley?
Well, first of all, I was going to Grambling. I made up my mind in 1970 that I was going to Grambling because that's all we used to watch on television was Grambling football and Grambling college band. And I said, well, that's the type of band I want to be in. And my senior year, it was spring 71, I was about to graduate, and I met a gentleman named Mr. Finister, and he was representing Southern University in career night. And he asked me if I considered Southern University Human Jukebox. And I said, what is that? Southern University Human Jukebox. He said, that's our famed band. Did you consider them? I said, no, I never heard of them. So when I came back the next day to class, I asked my high school band director, if you heard of Southern University, he said, yeah, I'm a graduate of Southern University. And I'd say, well, I'm interested in going to college and be a band director. And Prof. Emmett Jacob, who I admire dearly, one of my mentors, told me, if you want to see the world, go to Grambling. But if you want to be a good band director, go to Southern. And I went to Southern. That's how I connected with Southern. Didn't know anything about it. And my high school band director gave me advice to come to Southern. And I'm glad I made that decision. Right choice. I'm glad I graduated from Southern.
And so it's the Southern University Jaguar Nation squad.
Yes.
Could you talk a little bit about your relationship with late Dr. Greggs and what he meant to you?
Greggs, the legendary Dr. Greggs was my mentor. He was father figure. He was a good friend. And he was my inspiration. 90% of what I learned about band directing on a college level came from observing him, shadowing him, and following him everywhere. Dr. Greggs and I were very close. He saw a lot in me that I didn't see in myself when I was a freshman. And he took me on his wing. He just showed me how to be a professional person, how to be the right band director, what to look for, how to be a good conductor, how to treat people right. Dr. Greggs told me that it's easier to catch flies with honey than vinegar. He says, don't hurt you to be nice to people. And Dr. Greggs taught me character. He taught me how to rehearse a band and what to look at in a rehearsal. He was the most profound perfectionist I've ever seen because he would rehearse the band with the definition. Dr. Riggs would call me in his office because he told me that he wanted me to take his place some years ago, and he was preparing me for his departure. And he would call me in his office and question me about drill pedagogy. And he would ask me different questions, and he would shake his head when I got the right answer. And if I answered wrong, he would explain the concept again. So he wanted me to get everything right. So he was positing in me what he had, so I could mirror the things that he thought was conducive to carry on a great legacy. Matter of fact, he told me his view on his side of the desk was different from the view on my side of the desk. And I say, well, how you figure? He starts smiling. He took a drag off the more cigarettes. Say, you'll find out. You know what I mean? Now I understand what he was talking about.
When he asked you to take over for him, what was your feelings on that?
Oh, I was excited. I was excited. I had no idea that I would become the next director of band after the legendary Dr. Gray. You see, I had an impediment of speech all through elementary school, which started in the fourth grade, all through high school and in college. And he looked over my impediment of speech. I was a stutterer. And I used to pray a lot for the anxiety to leave me. And my senior year, I just stopped instantaneously. And I was excited about being a director of band because I love working with students. My passion is teaching. My passion is music. And I just wanted to learn as much as I can. And I was a sponge. I was soaking everything in. So I was preparing myself for the task ahead.
Could you pick out some of your highlights of your tenure here as director of band? And maybe your best shows, what you consider your best shows?
Well, some of the highlights of my career where I started with the first time we performed in Jacksonville, Florida. And there were so many alumni there to see what the new improved edition of Southern University Human Jukebox would be like under my direction. And we were playing against Bethune-Cookman, and I can remember that halftime show was a smash. We just turned the place out. We spelled Jags and floated down the field. That was something that had never been done. So it was a new look Jag. It was the same Southern University marching band, but we just had a new and improved look. And everybody got their own style, their own stitch of how to conceive a drill and what to do when you do a drill. So that's what one of my highlights. The next biggest highlight of my young career was the first home game. First home game was exciting because it was packed. Because the Jaguar Nation wanted to see the jukebox, what we had to offer, and we did not disappoint them. We housed out when the drum major ran out and screaming, how I could see it in my mind 8.5 years ago, how they was excited and the audience was electrified. And back then, which was Lewis Broadway, very limber, and he was just excited, and he did a jerk here and a jerk there, and he went back. The crowd exploded. And then we did the same halftime show we did in Jacksonville, house style, and that's all I saw when I looked around. I saw standing ovation when we were marching off the field. Oh, that was great. Oh, I was excited. I was on my way. And then the most exciting halftime show. Well, you always like the numbers and the scores. Everybody get excited about the scores. And when we did a halftime show that same year after Katrina, the opening of the Superdome, and the Saints' first visit to the Superdome after we performed for over 70,000 screaming fans. So that was great. But I'm going to share this with you. 2009 halftime show in Lafayette against University of Louisiana, Lafayette. The Michael Jackson halftime show was by far my greatest moment as it relates to marching band. All the accolades we have accomplished in 8 years, I think that was the most paramount moment as it relates to marching band performances. We also had an experience with performing at the Battle of the Band, Honda Battle of the Band in Atlanta, Georgia. Oh man, that was exciting. Everybody was thinking Southern was afraid to come and perform against other bands. They're not a Battle of the Band type band, which is incorrect. We are the jukebox. We are the computer technology of all bandology. Often imitated, but never ever duplicated. We housed out at the Honda. It was great. It was 2010 and 2010, January 2010. It was just great. I was excited about that.
What are some things you're gonna miss about this campus and man?
I'm gonna miss the bluff. I looked at it. My last day in the office, as related to work day, was this past Friday. May, I think May 29th, or May 30th. It was May 30th. And I looked for the last time I looked around. After 18 years, 23 years total on this campus, but 18 full time. I'm going to miss collaboration with my staff. I'm going to miss the students coming in and saying, Mr. J, how's it going, Mr. J? And all my little boo-boos, the females in the band, I adopted them as my daughters because I didn't have any daughters of my own. And I'm going to miss the camaraderie, getting the halftime show together. I'm excited about doing the drills and hollering, it's wartime, it's wartime, before a show, and talking out the side of your neck and just going crazy before the season starts. I'm going to miss all that, but I'm going to miss the bluff. I'm going to miss the names that people don't know in different offices that help me carry out the mission of the band program here at Southern University. I'm going to miss people in different offices who say, Doc, what you need? How can we help? I'm going to miss those people who have important jobs and roles to play in the success of this university throughout the campus community. I'm going to miss them. I'm going to miss the camaraderie with the alumni coming back and say, Doc, y'all ready? And the practices on Friday morning. I'm going to just miss all that.
What are you going to do now that you're retired?
A lot of work. I've gotten calls from different bands, colleges, as well as high school for do workshops, clinics. There were an offer from one of the bands who battled with us that I turned down, and the director said money was no object, but I have character, and I have pride. I bleed blue and gold, and I'm not going to ever give none of the information or none of the things that we do to other bands who we compete against. So I'm going to be doing clinician work. I'm going to be doing a workshop. I'm going to be consulting. I'm interested in going to different schools and have an opportunity to help the young musicians play a lot of golf, do a lot of fishing, travel with the wife. Oh, I'm excited about being home with the wife. And get the King David Orchestra. That's number one on my list. Get the King David Orchestra up and running again, and also get in a deeper realm of the Word. I got to get in that Bible and study the Word. I got to get in that Word because God has been so good to me. So I got a lot of things on my docket, and I'm excited. And just mess around with my grandchildren, spoil them more. Go to Houston and pick them up from school, and we stop over to McDonald's. Oh, I wasn't supposed to say that. I wasn't supposed to hear that. The parents weren't supposed to hear that, but I got to do what I have to do.
Yeah.
as a grandparent.
To close out real quick, could you give us your wartime speech?
Well, I'm excited. First of all, when I go to the game, and I'm gonna be right before halftime, I'm gonna holler, "It's wartime! It's wartime!" It's always gonna be wartime. Why? Because Southern University is the computer technology of all bandology, the human eye part of marching pedagogy, often imitated but never ever duplicated. We talking about the Southern University marching band from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Just then, I'm still getting excited. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for the world renowned, the international fame, the computer technology of all bandology, from Baton Rouge, Louisiana? Band, take the field. Oh, I'm excited. Oh, that sounds good. I'm ready for wartime. You're going to see an improved and a better Human Jukebox even in this coming year. Be there or be square. Oh, I'm excited. I can't wait till the season
Will we see you in the stands?
You will see me in the stand, but you really won't notice me because I'm going to be in the background. But you're going to hear that wartime. You will hear that wartime and say, "Oh, it must be wartime Jackson."
Good. Thank you for coming in and talking with us, and good luck on retirement.
Thank you so much. Yeah.